one of the main things was I was a lot more confident in myself. I had a lot more confidence in myself, and it meant that I was able to organise things better than I would previously. I knew how to plan my day, I knew how to plan out meetings, how to communicate with people who were in higher positions than myself, particularly how I would communicate with volunteers and how I would necessarily make sure they were also happy.
I've become less scared of failure through being a project leader. Everything that we did carried a small element of risk, and yet the risks were all very worthwhile. Learning to treat a failure as a lesson, something that I really gained from doing this.
My key challenges were trying to convince the hockey girls to actually get involved with projects, because finding projects is quite easy. We used Facebook and emails, and we tried to make them really upbeat, and we got loads of free t-shirts and free Lucasade and all sorts of things from that, and we really pushed those kind of aspects of it, and we got loads of people involved because of those. But the challenge really was getting people involved, but I think it's quite easy through social media and the network of a club and society to overcome that. So.
The key challenge for Free Hype in the beginning was the fact that no one else understood what it was, and I had to learn to convey that quickly and in a way that interested people, rather than make it seem like an insane idea. So for a while I had to persevere with trying to discover what Free Hype would be anyway, and getting people on side to make it actually happen.
I think one of our biggest challenges was we had more volunteers than we could actually take on, because we could only take 5 volunteers per centre per month, which was a bit of a shame that we had to say no to people. But we overcame that by having more sessions.
So the VSU supported me from the very beginning by providing the project leadership training. I had never run a project before, I had never organised a team. So it was great to have that support from the very beginning. And throughout the entire year, I was constantly meeting up with my project supervisor. So any worries or concerns I had, I would always take it to my project supervisor, and she would guide me throughout the entire year.
As a club, we kept on offering different volunteering events. So say if someone didn't want to volunteer at one thing, we'd offer another thing that was completely different. And so it meant that if you didn't like the first activity, you might like the second one, and I think it helped keep people motivated, because they knew it was a different experience every time, so they would go for it again. And again, we motivated people by letting them know what they would get out of it. So in all our emails that we sent out trying to recruit volunteers, we'd list all the benefits of volunteering. So say, it's a great way just to use your free time, and you'll get a lot of benefit yourself out of it. It's useful for your CV if you need to list it, as an activity you've been doing at university. So we kind of really publicised all those benefits of volunteering.
I found that the best thing to do was to just go and meet them face to face. As soon as I went to see them, and I sat down it was one of the assistant head teachers' offices, and I sat there and I kind of explained what it is that I was doing, and I got to meet with the IT, head of IT and that kind of thing as well. As soon as that had happened, there was a bit of a relationship there now, and I think that what that meant was when my email turned up in the inbox, it was kind of perhaps given a bit of a priority, and that kind of meant communicating them was a lot easier.
We went to the volunteering fair in October at the start of the year, and that was really useful. We got loads of volunteers from that, and also through the VSU bulletin, so they're really useful resources for project leaders.
The start of the year is a very good time, although you might be tempted to try and do something at the end of a year to set up for the next year. At the end of the year, no one's thinking about anything except their summer holidays, so you just need to get going quite hard and quite fast at the start of a year to sort of set up a project if you want to.
Keep pushing until you know it absolutely, some things fail because people don't try hard enough, not because it was a bad idea.
Be enthusiastic, because I think your volunteers need to see that you love the project to make them also love the project, because it tends to be all of the volunteering projects are amazing, but as a leader it's kind of your job to enthuse people about it, particularly with us when we're going into schools and stuff. That's exactly what the classes love to see, enthusiastic volunteers who are quite bubbly.
Is to be open-minded and prepared to face challenges, because challenges will happen. Good luck to all the project leaders for the next session. Enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do, so just enjoy it.